Hello and welcome to another episode of Rubbish or Rad. Today we are going to review another movie.
Yes, we're on a roll now. We know that Christmas is coming up and all of the new movies are coming out, so we thought it'd be a great time to review Last Christmas,
which opened today. We got to see the first showing at a movie theater. It was only like $8 and change, which is rare for us because normally when we go to a theater in LA, it's like $28 in a Cinerama Dome. So it's kind of a nice surprise to see a matinee. Highly recommend it.
Like 11 a.m.
Yeah, we saw the 11 a.m. show when we dropped our kid off at preschool.
Now, it opened
today.
So we potentially could have seen the very first screening of this film.
Maybe. So let's jump right into it. Rubbish or Rad, I gotta say, I was a bit biased about this film, seeing a leading Asian man on the poster. I was very excited to support this film and give my $8. I was ready to give like $28 like we normally do, and I honestly highly suggest that you should too, because at the end of the day, representation matters. That's my through line of my review, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what we felt about the film itself, what it means to have a leading Asian man and a Caucasian leading actress is speaks volumes about how Hollywood is bit by bit inching towards progression.
I can't think of another time in my life that I've seen a mixed race couple on a movie poster, and I've seen it like maybe 4 times this year alone. So I think that's great. And I think it's wonderful that a big studio released this film. Huge director, Paul Feig, who's done Bridesmaids and all these Melissa McCarthy breakout roles. And let's just jump right into the movie. I personally thought that these are the most adorable actors you could see.
Yes, I mean, you can't fault the acting in this film. They're so charismatic together, so funny, so natural and charming.
And it's what makes a movie star. You really enjoy watching these people on a giant screen, or even if it's going to be your phone at the end of the day. These two are terrific together. The chemistry is off the charts, and they're just great to look at, and they're terrific actors. And I think watching this movie experience for me, it was just pleasant. It was a Christmas movie. It ticked all the boxes that a Christmas movie should. It was adorable. It was beautiful to watch. The cinematography and just everything twinkled. Everything was like glistening and sparkly,
everywhere.
And it just made you feel good. It's definitely a feel good rom-com kind of movie. And while it's not reinventing the wheel and nothing really new jumped out at you, and it didn't really, necessarily break down any cinematic barriers, I think the fact that I was watching a leading Asian man with a Caucasian female, by the way, who is just a bona fide A-list star, so good job to everybody that made that happen. And Henry Golding, who's a breakout star coming from Crazy Rich Asians. The thing that I'm seeing with his career anyway is that he's become sort of the Hollywood it boy for the Asian male. And they're doing it in a very safe way, which I understand, and I don't fault anybody for. It's not like Crazy Rich Asians was groundbreaking as a film, but it was groundbreaking for what it stood for, and I appreciate that. And I liked the movie. It was safe. It had its built-in audience with the book, and it had its built-in audience with the title, and I think that this being a Christmas film was very much along the same lines. It's a safe bet.
It's Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, it's a safe movie. It's a Christmas movie. Christmas movies do well. It's got all of the elements of a Christmas movie that you want to see. It'll probably play on television and during the holidays, and go to all the cable outlets that a Christmas movie would, because people just crave light-hearted, fun Christmas movies. It's exactly what this is. It's a safe movie.
There are some, yes, sure, but there are some heavier issues being tackled, I would say.
There are a lot of issues that were tackled.
A lot of issues, maybe even overkill on the issues being included. I feel like there are a lot of bases trying to be covered in terms of making this deeper than your regular Christmas movie. And it is on many levels, but I still think that perhaps it got a little kind of disjointed in that a lot of issues were touched on, but not necessarily explored as fully as they should be. Issues
that they want you to be conscious of, like Brexit and the racism that is underlying Brexit, and the homeless crisis, and but at the end of the day, I think the theme was just about that Christmas spirit to be kind to each other, be conscientious of others, and just constantly trying to make yourself a better person.
Yeah, and a cool little story. I mean, there is a little twist throughout that I think steps it outside of the box that a lot of Christmas movies are in. And I think that having such amazing performances, Emma Thompson was terrific.
Also co-writer of the film.
Yes.
And again, my hat's off to this team. I think my ultimate summation of this film is it's like they took a Lifetime movie and made it really good. I've seen a lot of Lifetime movies because you like to watch them, and we kind of like to watch them together sometimes because we like to deconstruct them and figure it out. And it's kind of like we come from independent cinema and low-budget filmmaking, so we kind of understand a lot of that sort of quick filmmaking stuff you see in a Lifetime movie. This movie felt like a really good, big-budget, highly crafted Lifetime movie. And Lifetime movies are really popular for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking Lifetime movies. I'm just saying, this film didn't do anything crazy original, but it was beautiful to watch. It had an amazing soundtrack of George Michael songs, and it was, just really well crafted by a master comedy filmmaker like Paul Feig, and it was, co-written by Emma Thompson, who knows her way around a rom-com and a Christmas movie better than anybody. So the fact that, again, it was a major studio release. There's advertising everywhere. There's posters and trailers everywhere. I'm glad that I gave my money to this film. I'm encouraging others to see this film. I think it's important that a movie like this succeeds, and it's fun, and I just had a really good time watching it. That's my ultimate sort of summation of my experience. I had a good time watching this Christmas movie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that this is a great movie for the holidays, and I think that it's worth checking out, and I think it'll probably become a bit of a holiday favorite in years to come, because it's just charming and colorful, and at the same time there is a story and there are fleshed out characters, even if some of the subjects and the themes are not touched on perhaps as deeply as they should be.
But if you love watching two really good-looking, charming, adorable people kind of fall in love, then watch this movie. That's what rom-coms are all about.
Yeah,
and that's what Christmas movies are all about.
Definitely
Really,
true to the theme of a rom-com.
Yeah, and
it
does some original things in that, like that the female is really the lead character, and she's the flawed one, and then the male comes in as like what they used to make fun of the Stardust pixie girl, fairy girl that came in and was just this perfect girl that fixed the flawed man, and this sort of turns that around on itself in a way at the beginning, where she's the flawed one and she's the one who really is in need of some saving here. And I thought that was kind of interesting and cool. But I mean, again, they're just great to watch, and the chemistry is off the charts, and I enjoyed it a lot. I would highly recommend it.
So, verdict?
I say it's rad.
Yeah.
Go see this movie.
It's rad.
It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's a great experience.
I agree.
All right. Hope you enjoyed watching this. Check back with us. Subscribe and like to Rubbish or Rad. We're here on Facebook and on YouTube. And the more feedback we get from you guys, the more subject matter we'll have to review. We like to talk about everything that affects our daily lives, from products to shows to movies to topics. So jump on board and tell us what we should be discussing. Thanks for watching.
Bye.